Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous trod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily.
Shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge in Atlanta, Georgia. The subject we're going to break down today is we're going to go down into Islam a little bit. Okay, being Muslim in the black community is a big thing. You understand, like black people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we mostly be Christians or Muslim. So we're going to break down Christianity all the time, but we're going to get a little bit about Islam. You understand, proving how, or just to disprove it into the Bible. You understand? Get scriptures and show how it's incorrect according to the scriptures. Remember, too, we have classes being held in downtown Atlanta at the Central Branch Library. Any questions you have on classes or class schedules, make sure you call 404-997-9123. We do have those classes in downtown Atlanta. So if you're in the Atlanta area and you have any questions, or questions on previous subjects, make sure you call that number as well. 404-997-9123. Okay. The first scripture we're going to pull to prove that Islam or being a Muslim is wrong according to the Bible. If you are a so-called black man, Hispanic, or Native American man or woman, we're going to prove that that's incorrect according to the scriptures. You understand? Okay. Well, first we're going to go to Genesis. First, we're going to start at the 17th chapter and start at the 19th verse. Okay? It says, "And God said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him." Okay, so the first thing we got to understand is the Most High set up a covenant or an agreement with Isaac, with Abraham's son Isaac. You understand? Abraham already had a son named Ishmael who was older, but the Most High said he was going to establish his covenant or his promise with Isaac. You understand? To give them a land, to give them a culture, to make them everlasting. You understand? To make them a great nation. That was going to come through Isaac. You understand? To give them the promise to rule the earth. Basically, it was going to come through Isaac, not Ishmael. Now you got to understand that the so-called the Arabics, the Middle Easterns, the people that we know to be Middle Easterns, the Arabs, they come from Ishmael. He's the father of the Arabs, you understand? So we have to understand that the promise did not go to them. They think that because they come from Ishmael, and Ishmael comes from Abraham, that the promise was given to them. You understand? But we got to understand that Ishmael was cast out. When we go into the scriptures, a lot of times we think that Ishmael and his mother, Hagar, who was an Egyptian, we think they was just kicked out, you understand, like the house. We got to understand it's deeper than that. They was kicked out the lineage. They was kicked out the family, blood or not. You understand? So the promise was given to Isaac. We're going to break that down more. When I say that Ishmael was kicked out, blood or not, meaning it's deeper than just who's your immediate family. Yes, Ishmael comes from Abraham, but if you know anything about Abraham, his name in Hebrew is father of a multitude, a father or father of many nations. So a lot of people come from Abraham, but the promise, which is so special from the Most High, is given to Isaac. Isaac through Jacob, through Jacob's 12 sons, to the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You understand? That's what we're going to break down today. Okay, verse 20. "And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and it will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation." Right? So because Ishmael is Abraham's son, the Most High didn't forget him, but the promise is not going to him. That's what we need to understand. That's why we're not supposed to be Muslims or supposed to be trying to follow the culture or the religion of the Arabs. You understand? Verse 21. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac. That's important. My covenant, my agreement, my promise. You understand? The culture of the Most High, the laws, everything goes to Isaac, through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? It's not just enough to come from Abraham. You got to come through Isaac and Jacob. You understand? Because that's where the promise was given. It says, which Sarah shall bear thee at this said time in the next year. Okay? So we understand that the promise was not given to Ishmael. So anybody calling themselves a Muslim, or they follow Islam and Muhammad and things like that, you got to understand the beginning. Okay? Just a brief history. Muhammad, who is Muslims' #1 prophet, right? So-called prophet. He got his whole so-called religion of Islam from the Hebrew Israelites. That's in a book called Babylon and Timbuktu. You can look into that book, Babylon and Timbuktu, and see how Muhammad, he went to Jews, black men, and he wanted to know how they got down, what they was doing. Okay, you understand? They started the so-called black men, the Jews. They were the ones with one God. You understand? So Muhammad, he saw that. You understand? And he started teaching that to his people. But he did not get Islam from himself. You understand? Like, he was looking at how we got down. That's why a lot of things you get from in Islam comes from the Bible. You understand? Matter of fact, they say in Islam that they're supposed to follow the Bible. They're supposed to follow the books of Moses, the 5 books of Moses. They're supposed to follow what Moses taught. But the Bible says not to follow any other book except the Bible, you understand? Except for what the prophets brought out in these scriptures. So Islam is like the little brother of the Bible, you understand, of our culture, of the Hebrew Israelites, you understand? Let's go to the New Testament. Let's go to Romans. Okay. Let's go to Romans. Let's go to the 7th verse. We're going to prove how you can't just come through Ishmael or, you know what I'm saying, through the flesh. Romans 9 verse 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Okay. Now a lot of people say, well, Ishmael is Abraham's son. So the Arabs or Islam must be correct because Ishmael comes from Abraham. But what we're proving is just to come through the seed of Abraham is not enough. Ishmael was born through the flesh. We're going to prove that more. We're going to understand that more when we say born through the flesh, meaning when you have sex with a woman, which Abraham had sex with the bondwoman, Hagar, the Egyptian slave to Sarah, you understand, Ishmael was born through just having sex. That's just what happens when you have sex. And I'm saying it in a good way, not to get too, you understand. So whatever, you know, Abraham had sex with Hagar and had a child. That's how Ishmael was born. Ishmael wasn't born through anything serious. You understand? It wasn't anything. It was just Abraham having sex and having a kid. So when it says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Isaac, before he was even born, it was a promise. It was a covenant given to Sarah, given to Abraham, that the seed of the Most High would be called through this name. You understand? You understand? Not the seed of the Most High, but his promise would be given to the seed of Abraham through Isaac. You understand? The promise, the covenant. You understand? Let's also go to Galatians. Galatians also breaks this down. Galatians 4, start at verse 22. For it is written that Abraham had 2 sons, the one by a bondmaid, the other by a free woman. The free woman being Sarah, the son coming from the bondmaid is Hagar. You understand? Verse 23. But he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he of the free woman was by promise. So the one born of the bondwoman, of the slave woman, was just from having sex. That's just what happens. A seed fertilizes the egg, you have a child. That's what happens when you have sex. So it wasn't anything miraculous. That's all it was. But he of the free woman was by promise. You understand? It was planned. It was important. You understand? It was a promise given from the Most High. The seed of Abraham coming through Isaac, through Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, is what was important, what was promised to Abraham. Okay? Verse 25. Let's go to verse 25. It says, for this Agar, which is Hagar in the Greek, you understand, is Mount Sinai in Arabia. Arabia, you understand, Ishmael, it's the Middle East. It's not so much the Middle East, but the Arabics, the Arabs. And answereth, Slakia, for this is Agar in Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answereth to Jerusalem, which now is and is in bondage with her children. But Jerusalem, which is above free, which is the mother of us all. You understand? So Arabia answers to Jerusalem. You understand? Meaning Isaac is above Ishmael. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians is above the Arabics, the Arabs, and them. They above them. The promise was given to us. You understand? The covenant was given to us. Okay. Now that's more like the, if you will, the nationality, the people. You understand who we're talking about and how it was given to a certain people and not another people. But also in the Bible, it shows how you're not supposed to be Muslim. Now, I told you before that Islam is nothing without the Bible, because that's where Muhammad got it from. So even in the Quran, it shows that the Israelites are God's chosen people. You can look into that, and that they're told to follow the books of Moses. And in one of the books of Moses, if you go to Leviticus 26, verse 1, it says, ye shall make no idol, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall you set up any image of stone in your land, to bow down unto it, for I am the Lord your God. If you ask any Muslim, if you can go ask any Muslim, do they have a rock in Mecca that they bow down to? They walk around it 7 times, they bow down to it, they kiss it. You understand? That is a graven image. And in the scriptures that they're supposed to follow, you're not supposed to set up any stone in your land. So you can already see how being Muslim is incorrect according to the scriptures. They're breaking the law, even if they want to call themselves following the books of Moses. You understand? So that's one thing right there. Also, we go to the book in the Old Testament as well. Go to Habakkuk. Matter of fact, before we go to Habakkuk, we're going to do Deuteronomy 28. 28, verse 64. And it said, the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Wood being the Christian cross, stone being that stone that we learned in Leviticus, that Kaaba stone in Mecca. You understand? That represents Islam, Muslims. They praise that stone, they kiss that stone, they walk around it, they worship that stone, that graven image that benefits nothing. Kissing a stone or walking around, it's not going to benefit you. And it never has benefited black people in the ghetto, you understand? Like, we've been Muslims for a long time, Christians for a long time, and it hasn't gotten us anywhere, you understand? Those are dumb idols. And that's what's in Habakkuk. That's what I'm going to bring out real quick. Let's go to Habakkuk. 1 second. Okay, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it, the molten image, and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols? So what does it profit to worship the Kaaba stone? You understand? What does it profit to be a Muslim? You understand? When that's not what we're supposed to be from the beginning. We have a culture. You understand? Abraham was a Hebrew. A lot of times you ask a Muslim, was Abraham a Muslim, they'll say he was. But we know in Genesis that it says Abraham the Hebrew. You understand? And in the Quran it says Israelites are the God's chosen people. And that's who we are. We're supposed to follow the laws of the Most High. So it says, what does it profit these graven images and man makes these images. Verse 19, woe unto them, so like a woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, they shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. So it's a dumb thing to walk around a rock and kiss it like it's going to wake up and kiss you back, or going to teach you something or do something for you. You praying to a rock in Mecca. You praying to a stone in Mecca, and we in crack in America. So it has nothing to do with us. That stone in Mecca. It's idol worship. You understand? It's evil according to the Most High, and it has nothing to do with following these laws. You understand? And it's time that we wake up and understand that these laws are the only thing that's going to wake us up. Not praying to no rock, not praying to no wood. You understand? And it says, woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake. Woe meaning destruction. So it's destruction to follow Christianity or Islam or being a Muslim or anything like that. You understand? So with that's just a few scriptures proving that Islam is wrong according to the scriptures, along with Christianity, along with anything else, Buddhism, whatever it is, it's wrong according to the scriptures. And if you have any questions, call 404-997-9123. Remember to pay your tithes. 10% to the I.S.U.P.K, 10% whatever the Most High gives you. If you get $100, pay $10 to the school, support this truth and the Lord's prophets. With that, I'm going to say,
yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous trod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily. Ignorant multiply brutality. I see daddy run gone left mommy. Fi struggle the hard road with fight beginning. Our I see baby having baby. Nothing that happen.